Well, this video is going to be a lot of fun to film, and it's a topic that many of the subscribers have been asking me about. So I've been trying to play the free next-gen patches they've released for the Resident Evil games on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC, and honestly, the results have been kind of mixed. I want to talk about the specific issues that seem to be plaguing this, including a lot of constant hard crashes that have practically broken the games. But let's begin. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. How's it going? Please like this video. As many of you know, I am a Resident Evil superfan. I beat them constantly, I do constant speedruns, I do spin-offs, I do mainline, I try and get platinum trophies. I love Resident Evil. And specifically, I have been completely enjoying the remakes. Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 3 Remake are completely interesting changes to the fascinating masterpieces I grew up with. Well, a couple days ago, obviously, Capcom Shadow dropped a big giant set of next-gen patches. This includes ray tracing, ultra-high frame rate mode, and it seemed like a great excuse to play through these games again. Well, while I was playing these on my PlayStation 5, I perpetually ran into hard crashes. I kept having the games just explode on me. They'd hard crash again and again and again and again and again. And honestly, I thought it might just be me. I thought it might just be some unique error that I was encountering until I saw this tweet today. So this is Susie Hunter. She's obviously one of the biggest Resident Evil YouTubers on the planet. She is extremely good. She does skits, deep dive reviews. That's her specialty. Well, she's been talking about the fact that she is also encountering these consistent hard crashes on the PlayStation 5. Now, what else is interesting is she points out that sometimes it seems as if the ray tracing is also malfunctioning, making it so that characters are very funky looking. You can see even this with alternate character skins. This is the paid DLC. People bought the extra costumes. It's making people look like they're covered in oil. Now, ray tracing is a very difficult art at times. The whole idea behind it is making extremely ultra-realistic lighting effects, making it so every reflection, every surface, every tiny eyeball is as glorious as possible. And here, there just seems to be some sort of malfunction in the engine that is not only not making ray tracing work, but seemingly is causing hard crashes. Now, I do want to quickly point out the fact that some reason people are still trying to defend this, saying like, well, at least they're free. And she said, yes, well, if someone takes your favorite game, scratches the disc in front of you and hands it back, sure, it still works, but it's worse now. Now, I do want to additionally say that on PC, they've been having some separate crazy issues where apparently this next-gen patch, it's tried to change over everything to DirectX 11, so a lot of people are having extra performance issues on PC. It's also broken all the mods, so all the mods of people playing games with the girls barefoot, which, you know, maybe go touch grass, but those mods have all been broken. My issue specifically has been playing this on my PlayStation 5. So over the course of the last couple days, I've been playing these games pretty much non-stop. I'm trying to do speed runs. I'm trying to get the platinum trophy in each of these, so I've been running through them again and again and again. I've actually beaten Resident Evil 2 about 6 times in the last weekend, and I did like 2 or 3 runs of Resident Evil 3 Remake. While going through these, it just keeps having these weird technical problems. Now, you may be saying, okay, well, how bad is it? How much is this completely ruining your day? The issue is that I keep playing this on the hardest difficulty. On the lower difficulties in the Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 Remake, there are checkpoints. You know, it'll just automatically save sometimes, so even if you die or the game crashes, you can resume from that point. On the hardest difficulty, only manual saves exist, which means that when the game crashes, you lose sometimes hours of progress, hours of puzzle solving, of bullet conservation, because you actually have to stifle out your saves as well. You only have so many saves you're allowed to do. It is incredibly frustrating to ever have to repeat content, but especially repeating hard content. And it's not because I screwed up, it's because Capcom screwed up. Now, This is apparently happening in the Resident Evil 7 Next Gen patch as well. The patch was for RE2 Remake, RE3 Remake, and RE7. These games do look way better. The graphical patch is just staggeringly detailed. I'm very, very happy with what they've managed to accomplish, but this does feel like, in a way, they've managed to screw it up. Now, I will admit that part of the reason I am just so frustrated about this is because I wish we were getting some sort of statement from Capcom. I'm in the like Resident Evil Ambassador program and Capcom Insider, so Capcom people occasionally talk to us, and yet here we are being met with silence. I can't believe the next gen update needs another next gen update. Now, part of the reason I'm making this video is because I'm hoping that Capcom sees it. I want to try and send this to them and show them the fact that these games do look fantastic. The next gen lighting is seriously stunning. I do also think the fact that playing this specifically on PlayStation 5, it has these new haptic triggers that are very, very cool. These are still good games. These are still very, very fun games. Resident Evil 3 is still missing a lot of content that I wish it had because it doesn't have the clock tower and stuff, but as a Resident Evil superfan, I'm glad these patches came out. It's cool that this is free content. I'm glad there's extra trophies to collect and stuff. You know, like if you... I'm glad we can get another platinum trophy and stuff like that. My issue is the fact that something about this, I'm trying my best not to say the word lazy. Because lazy feels like an accusation. It feels like you're telling somebody that they are bad at their job. But in this circumstance, this does feel lazy. This does feel like whoever is there at headquarters just straight up did not bug test this enough. I am frustrated because I want these games to be perfect. And they're getting closer and closer to it. Resident Evil 2 Remake is still one of the best games I've ever played in my life. Like, now that I've beat it 6 times this weekend, I'm still just utterly brain melted by the fact that they managed to make 1,000 tiny details come together so cohesively. But when the game hard crashes, baby, I'm gonna be pissed. I had a freaking run where I was trying to speed run the game. I'm trying to do the achievement for beating the game in the lowest amount of steps possible, and right towards the end, it hard crashed. You cannot imagine how frustrating this is to have a game malfunction. And you know what? I'm a big believer in the fact that games on console especially should never hard crash. You know the hardware, you know the details, you know specifically what's going on with it. How did you mess this up? How did you allow this to happen? What? I just wanted to get this out of my system because honestly, these patches are very cool. I am glad that they did some sort of free updates. Fans are definitely eating good. I'm glad these games are selling. I'm glad people are playing them. Capcom, just fix it. I'm not saying you suck. I'm just saying do better. Stabilize this, because as it stands, I can't keep playing this. I can't keep dealing with this. I can't keep up with this mess. But what do you guys think? Have you been playing the next-gen patches for Capcom, Resident Evil? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all, and keep dreaming. God, what a disappointment. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.